But we'll talk about that some other time. Today, we're here to talk about SummerSlam 1999. And Jeff, you watched this show for the first time in a long time. And before we clicked record, you said, man, I kind of forgot about these crowds. Chat me up. What was your impression watching SummerSlam 99 back this week?
Where did I start? You know, one thing that popped in my brain was it's been a long time since I've done this with me having the Fight app, our friends at Fight, and my good buddy YouTube. The ability, and I get sent stuff all the time. Hey, this and that, and this clip and that clip, and not just an Instagram or a Twitter bite, a YouTube link. So I watch an awful lot of online content. Also Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, all the content that's out there. But so it's been a minute since I have watched something from the archives. And when our friends at Peacock, and man, I just want to take this time right now to thank you for introducing me to this technology. No, I have not. I'll be honest. I have not surfed on Peacock. I knew the WWE network very well, but I didn't know. I mean, everything, what has it migrated over? Maybe that's another conversation, but yeah, to watch it and watch the open of it. And one thing that jumped off the page was all the signs. Everybody, I mean, it was a sea of signs, all kinds of stuff. Obviously, the McMahon, Austin, and I hate to even call that a storyline because, yes, it's a storyline, but it was in so many ways that was the Attitude Era. There was a lot of support and a lot of underneath, and you name it. Val Venus, Godfather, DX, Undertaker, the Ascension, all those kind of things went around it. But, you know, the common man, the working man, the employee versus the employer, that was such a simplistic storyline. Vince, I still don't think he really has any peers when his A game is on as being a heel, and Austin, the perfect baby face, just that storyline. But man, the business was red hot, and me getting to open 99, SummerSlam 99, when my music hit, and you know, I'll say the package, the act of everything that went with it was over, and everything that surrounded it, but everything was over on that show. I mean, in the opening minute, you saw, God, I mean, just the highlight reel and Shane and Mick, and just there was so much going on. But yeah, it was fun to reminisce just for a minute to see the crowds and Jesse the Body in his home state. We're going to get into all that. Ben Stiller to the lead up. I remember that fondly. So, and this was sort of setting the table, if you will, for the ultimately where we went with the China storyline. So all the pieces were being put in place here.
I love that you just said the Ascension were circling around. I'm pretty sure they were like 7 years old.
Not the Ascension, the Undertaker Ascension.
The Acolytes. That's what you meant, I think.
No, I was talking about, didn't they? I'm calling the storyline where he wasn't resurrected. He ascended up into the, what do you call that storyline when Taker and they put Stephanie right on the, whatever that storyline was?
The Ministry of Darkness.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Guy. See, I'm not you damn wrestling nerd. I don't remember it.
It just tickles me. First of all, shout out to Matthew over there at Botchamania, who you got to hang out with at our very first Starcast in Chicago. Gosh, 3 years ago.
Hilarious.
And he could not help but take you to task for just now realizing, wait, the WCW pay-per-views are on Peacock?
Did he say that? Yeah, he put it on.
Oh yeah, he tweeted it. I'll send you the tweet. It's hilarious, and
I love it.
He plays some clips from our podcast, you know, with our permission, of course, and we bless him to do whatever. Please make fun of us, and
yes,
there's plenty to make fun of over at Botchamania. So if you haven't already, check out Botchamania. Like, how could you be listening to this and not know about Botchamania?
So let me tell you another little story about me botching everything.
Yes.
So I've been recently up at the high school where my daughter goes, and on the podcast, I referred to Dixie's father, Bob Carter, as Bob Cotter, Cotter.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Bob Cotter is the is the principal at my daughter's high school. And Jaren's basketball coach called me to task on that. She's like, yeah, you made Bob Carter famous. I'm like, no, he's already famous. So anyway, I just mess it up left and right.
And that's why we love you. You know, at least you're honest about it and you don't dig your heels in and just, hey, by the way, before we get going, did you know that Eric Bischoff once threw hot coffee at Eddie Guerrero?
No, let me hear that.
Oh, it's well documented. Check it out. Hot coffee right at him. How about that?
Can you give me a little context? Why? Was it at an event? Was it at a breakfast spot? Where was this?
It was backstage at Nitro. Eddie was upset about something and expressing his frustration. And as the rumor and innuendo go, Eric threw his cup of hot coffee at Eddie Guerrero. Now, in reality, everyone agreed. I think Eddie even wrote about it in his book that he really just slammed the coffee down and some splashed out near Eddie. But it's not like he just tossed it. But anytime you want to get Eric fired up, just be like, so, hey, I was talking to Conrad. He said you threw hot coffee at Eddie Guerrero, and he will just flip out.
I love it. Okay, I got it.
Gag, yeah.
Yes, I wish I'd have known that when me and Eric had lunch the other day here in Nashville.
Oh gosh, I got to start putting little bugs in here because he can get triggered in a hurry.
Oh boy! And
I've got a handful of them that I just know I can press in case of emergency, and he'll just stop what he's doing. What'd you say? And just fucking fly off, and it's tremendous.
Speaking of Eddie Guerrero, I remember the time him and the dog-faced gremlin had a nice, quiet conversation at a post-show Hooters one time. Eddie, his personality, outgoing and loud and boisterous at times. I don't say the life of the party because that sounds like it's just, but infectious, shall we say? So I can just picture the scene that Eddie voicing his opinion and Eric under all kinds of stress. I could just see that. Can you not see that picture going down and our buddy EB slamming coffee down?
I can totally see it.
And also him actually throwing it on him because that's what happened, right?
That's 100% what happened. And I'm glad that you agree and you've backed me up. You were probably at that Nitro. I
actually think there's a security cam footage. We'll have to dig it up, but
and if we find it, we'll post it to adfreeshows.com. You and I are such full of shit. I mean, this is fun. Let's talk about SummerSlam.
Go ahead.
SummerSlam 99. SaveWithConrad.com.
Mark Taggart from Rantoul, Illinois. My wife started the process with one of the big major corporations, and things were going very badly. And finally, I just stopped and said, hey, listen, I've been listening to the ads for years. Let's go with Save with Conrad and see what we can have happen. We were trying to free up a little space so we could spend down some debt and do some home improvements. We saved quite a bit, and in the long run, we're going to do a lot better with Save with Conrad than we would have anywhere else. It was absolutely beautiful. Like Larry and Francis were they were the greatest. Not only were they professional and knew what they were talking about, they were friendly and they cared about the job they were doing, which was so important to me. I would absolutely recommend Save with Conrad to anybody. Hi, this is Mark Taggart from Rantoul, Illinois, and I wanted to do some home improvements and spend down a little debt, and I got hold of Save with Conrad, and we did incredibly.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.